Hello, welcome to CloudSec Network. Today we are exploring Docker Scout, a powerful tool for scanning Docker images for vulnerabilities. In this video, we'll cover how to use Docker Scout to identify and to manage security risk in your containerized environment. My name is Oluwatosin Oyekomi, a cybersecurity engineer with passion for cloud security and automation. Let's start by talking about why Docker Scout is so critical. Containers have changed how we build and deploy applications, offering speed, consistency, and scalability. However, with these benefits also comes risk, especially when it comes to security. Vulnerabilities in Docker images can expose your applications to attacks, and without proper scanning and monitoring, this risk can go unnoticed. That is where Docker Scout comes in. Docker Scout automatically scans your Docker images for known vulnerabilities. It provides detailed reports showing exactly which packages are affected and the severity of each finding. This enables developers and security teams to quickly identify, prioritize, and fix vulnerabilities. Okay, let's get started with the demo. In this demo, I'll walk us through how we can build two Docker images with a simple Node Express application and scan these two Docker images with Docker Scout to find the vulnerabilities in these images. Like you can see, this is just an empty folder. So the first thing we are going to do to build our Node Express application is to, I'm in the same root folder, is to write npm init-y npm init-y, and this is going to initialize or initialize our node application, which is going to store the metadata of our project and its dependency. We can see that this is coming with the metadata of our application. Then after this, we are going to install Express framework, which is going to allow us to create a web server. Let me quickly do that. npm install Express. Now this Express server will create a node module for us, and in this node module directory, that is where all our dependencies are going to be stored, and it's going to add our Express dependency in our package.json. Like you can see, our Express framework has come as a dependency in our package.json. So now we are going to create an index.js file, which is going to serve as an entry point to our application. So now I will be pasting a simple code, or I'll be writing a simple code just to save time. Our major goal in this demo is to create Docker images and see how vulnerable these two images can be, and see the one that is void of vulnerability, and scan these two Docker images with Docker Scout. Okay, this is the code that is going to be building our application. Now, the first step to build our Docker image is that we need a Dockerfile. So, and this Dockerfile is going to be in our root directory. Now, so these are basic set of instructions to build our Docker image. So now we want to build a Docker image of this our node application. The command to build this Docker image of this our node application is docker build we are giving a tag name, and the tag name is CSN app. Now, this is the instruction to build our Docker image from this Dockerfile. Now, we have stated here and said, Docker, please build this Docker image for me and tag the name of this Docker image, CSN app, and is asking us, okay, where is the destination where we have our Dockerfile? Our Dockerfile is in the same root directory where our folder is, so we can just specify a dot saying that pick our Docker file in the same base image where our uh, files are in our folder. So if I run this command now, it's going to build our Docker image. So now we can see this instruction has built our Docker image. Now we can see, like I explained, the first set of instruction we run is a base image where our application is going to be running on, and since we are working with a Node Express application, we are defining Node 10, which is a old version of Node. And the second instruction is that we are giving a root privilege to all our users. We are giving a root privilege to all our users that is downloading this Docker image. Then the next line of code is that we are defining a working directory in our container. You can see that the instructions are in layers. It's following it based on the way we wrote the code. And the next line of action is that it's copying everything that has to do with package.json and is running npm install. And the next line of code is that it's copying every other thing that is remaining in our folder and is copying it to the working directory. Then after that, the base image was built. So now let me show us that we have the image up. Now this is the CSN Docker image that we just built, that is up and running. So if we go to Docker desktop, we can see the same thing. We built this, it was created 2 seconds ago. But let's also view this output in our command line. Now from here we can see we have the same result we have in our Docker desktop. These are the vulnerabilities, the same thing we have on our Docker desktop. A lot of vulnerabilities. So it's telling us we have 8 critical, 19 high, 8 medium, and 2 low. So it's doing the analysis of our Docker image we just built. So, and it's telling us the size of our Docker image and the packages that are running in our Docker images, 1027. So the first thing is that we are going to fix the insecure or outdated base image, because containers are often built, like I explained to us, using a base image. And if the base image is already vulnerable, then our application or our Docker image is going to be vulnerable. So we are going to change the base image. Allow me to comment out this. So I'm going to be using another base image, and I'm going to be using Node. So you can check online, check for Node that is the latest, that is void of vulnerability. And the second thing I did intentionally is that I granted our user, everyone that is going to be downloading this application, I granted them a root privilege. What I want to do is that I want to give this Dockerfile another set of instruction. I want to say, Dockerfile, please run this command for me. Anyone that download this image, add them to this group. So the name of the group is app group. So after that, I'm saying okay, now add this user, this app user that is using this system. Okay, sorry, I'm going to be adding a user now. Sorry, add user to this system, and the name of the user is app user. So after that, put this user in this group I just created that is called app group. So now I'm not giving anyone downloading this application, I'm not giving them any root user. I'm putting them in this group I just created, which is called app group. So I'm adding user, which is app user, and I'm adding the user to this app group. So I'm not giving them any root privilege. So I'm going to build another uh, Docker image, and we are going to scan it with Docker Scout to see how vulnerable the new Docker image we are building is. So allow me to run this same command. Now it's not going to be the same name. We can just put it app fixed. So, and I'm saying my Docker file is in the same directory where my folder is. So if I run this command now, so you can see it has built our fixed CSN app. So if I go to our Docker desktop now and I go to images, you will see we have built another image, and we are going to be scanning this image with Docker Scout to see how vulnerable this new image we just built is. So we have this Docker image. So I want to run a Docker Scout on it to scan the Docker image we just built. So we can see it's running an analysis, a deep analysis on our new Docker image we just built. It's indexing it. Okay, now this is our output. Now we've been able to fix some known vulnerabilities in our old Docker image. Now we have the new Docker image that is built. We can see CSN app fix. Now that's the latest we have, because we have built we have fixed some vulnerabilities, and now it's telling us the vulnerabilities we have now is 0 critical, is 0 high, is 0 medium, and is 0 low. Why? And we can see that the size of this new image is very low compared to the first one we built, and the number of packages actually also reduces. So we can see this is how to build a good Docker image and scanning it with Docker Scout to check for the vulnerabilities. Thank you for joining me today. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Stay secure. See you next time.